Hello and welcome. In this video we will talk about different payment methods and financial settings for your workspace. Financial settings are at the core of Zendo. You need to set at least one payment method to be able to sell services through the platform. Okay, so first let's go to Workspace, then Finances. Here in the general settings you will find all the basic information, so you can choose a currency and you can choose a payment deadline. A payment deadline is used for quotes. Quotes after this time will be disabled, so if you issue an quote on the 1st of the month, after 14 days it will be disabled and the user won't be able to pay it. You can choose this to any number of days. The next is tax support. We support percentage-based taxes, so VAT, GST and stuff like that. In Poland we have a 23% VAT tax, so I would put here 23%, and this will be added to every purchase. Right now we do not support any other form of taxation. This will probably be added in the future. So apart from taxes, we have settings for financial documents, both invoices and quotes. You can choose a logo that will be added in the top left corner, and you can choose also the numbering scheme. So apart from the numbering scheme, you can choose prefix and suffix for your documents, and here is a preview. You can use any letter characters and special characters here. Also, we have a footer note, which may be useful for people that use, for example, reverse taxation and want to add this information to their invoices. The settings for quotes are similar. You can choose different prefixes and suffixes for your invoices and also add a footer note for your quotes. If you want to access invoices and quotes that you already issued, please go to Documents. The name of this tab will be changed to Quotes and Invoices because right now it is confusing people. So this page has two tabs, Quotes and Invoices, which are divided. Each row of the table is one quote, the same is for invoices. We have few actions we can take on the right side. So first one is going to the request that the invoice or quote was sent in. The next one is viewing the document, and the last one is downloading the document. You can choose any of those. Right now quotes are issued manually, so inside the request you can create a quote. The quote may be based on a service or built from scratch basically. Invoices are only issued manually, so when you send out the quote or inside service settings you can choose if the Zendo system should issue the invoice. Right now we don't have any way to issue invoices manually. We will be adding this in the future. So let's go back to Finances and Payment Methods. Here you can set up all the payment methods that will be available to your clients. Zendo works best with Stripe and it is built natively with Stripe in mind. We also have an option to add manual payments. If your Stripe is not connected, here you will see a button to connect Stripe. Of course, I'm in a sandbox environment and I already connected Stripe, which can be seen in my previous videos how to do that. This is a very straightforward process. You are just redirected to Stripe and you have to follow a very linear form. Below that, because we are in the sandbox environment, you have the details for the testing card that you can use. As for the manual payments, this is an option for people that do not want to use Stripe or cannot use Stripe because it's not supported in their country or for any other reasons. So here I have two examples set up. One is bank transfer and the other one is PayPal. Manual payments are fully custom, so you can add as many as you want. And what it basically does is you describe to the user what they should do, and this information will be displayed to them at the checkout. So for example, this bank transfer, of course, you can change the name to anything you want, like wire transfer. And here I specified my bank details, so once they see it, they can use this information to make the transfer. And afterwards, of course, I will have to manually check the bank account and mark this order as paid. The same is true for PayPal, but here I am able to provide a PayPal link. So paypal.me/your username is a quick way inside the Stripe to collect payments from your users. So you can add as many as you like of those payment methods. We will discard the changes, and now I will show you how this works at the checkout. So for this, of course, I need to go to the incognito tab because I want to imitate a client. Let's choose a productized service. This is a single view of the productized service. You can choose any number of add-ons. Here we have a form that is set up. Of course, you can disable this form. I will just fill the mandatory fields and continue to checkout. So here you can see a summary of your purchase. You see the add-ons that I have added to the payment, my invoice details, which are taken from my profile, and a payment method. So if we use Stripe, of course, we will be redirected to Stripe. This is straightforward, but let's choose a bank transfer. So proceed to payment. And here you can see to complete the payment using information below. And here is the information I have provided in the payment method. As a client, you would just need to copy those, make the payment, and as an agent, let's go back to the platform, go to the request that we have just submitted. Here it is, test order. And we can here see mark quote as paid. So what it did is automatically issued an quote for the user for them to be paid. And now if I mark quote as paid, as you can see, the status automatically changed. And go here as a user, I see that the quote was paid. It is marked as paid. I can preview the quote. Okay, so now let's try ordering something with Stripe. This process is more straightforward. So we will select one of the packages. Here, as you can see, we have all the details pre-filled. The default payment method is Stripe. Proceed to payment. Let's put the default card, 1125. Here you can put whatever you like. Poland. And we are redirected to client dashboard, where, as you can see, the invoice was automatically generated. I didn't have invoice checked for the productized service. That is why we only see the quote. There is no invoice for that. And here we can see that the subscription that I purchased is already active. So as you can see, the process involving Stripe is very straightforward. On the other hand, manual payment may be a great alternative for those situations when Stripe is not an option. That's all for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers!